We're here at Festival of the Sun 2013 with Mr. Ash Grunwald. How are you, sir?
Good, brother. How you going?
Very well, thank you. I mean, the weather hasn't quite turned out for us, but I mean, it's still a beautiful day here in Port Macquarie. You know, what's it like, you know, being about to go up and, you know, pretty much just play guitar on the beach?
Pretty great. You know, I think I did the first one or the second one of this, and I always thought, oh, this festival's amazing. It's going to go a long way. And it obviously has. It's like a perfect context. And, you know, you do worry with festivals about the weather as a muso. Like, you just think, you know, I hope it's, as long as it's not freezing. If it rains and it's hot, it's good. You know, everyone here is just here to party. So, you know.
Yourself as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah.
You
So
got the party wagon.
yeah. Well, yeah. I've sort of come here knowing what to expect. So yeah.
Yes.
I think it's going to be great. You know, people are already well lubricated, and but all I've seen is very positive vibes so far, and people seem to be in the right frame of mind, and that just fills you with confidence and stoke, really. So yeah, I'm excited.
And you're performing with Scott and Andy today, and it looks like that might be one of the last ones for a little while.
Yeah, that was that random woo from me. Like, I just saw Scotty arrive, but yeah, last one for a while. I don't know when we'll do it next. We've done like kind of a year of it, and it's just been epic, and I love it. And you know, yeah, I mean, it could go on forever as well. So, but for now, that's what we're kind of planning.
It seemed like this great thing where it was like, let's do this, and then it happened, and let's go on tour, and then it happened. It didn't really seem like anything forced. It felt like a very natural. You did a cover, you wanted to play more music together, so you did. Is that a fair assessment?
I try and live my life very spontaneously, but that is probably the most spontaneous thing I've ever done. And I've never heard of an album happening so quickly. It was like quicker than, you know, it wasn't even thought about, and it was done, and then it was out, and it was like, and then you pick up the pieces like, oh, they're signed to a major label. Oh, okay, we've got to sort this, and da da da. And you're like, shit.
Then it gets complicated.
And then it gets complicated. But
yeah.
You know, it was good. We just followed the music and just, you know, did what came naturally, and it was a really exciting thing to be involved in. And the way it feels on stage, it's really very fulfilling, you know, as a player. Yeah.
So you're looking forward to getting back up there with them today?
Yeah, I'm really, really excited to, you know, I've got like 5 guitars that I've got ready to get my little mitts on, and, you know, just that thing, that moment of just like, you know, sustaining a note and they're just going for it. It's just a really special thing to be in that position, and there's a way that it feels that it's hard to describe, but it's really magical. So I'm just looking forward to getting another taste of that. I haven't had it for a while.
Yeah, it has been a little while. You've had a couple of your own shows. I think you played on a boat with Stonefield last month.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Great. Stonefield, that's the first time. That's the first time I'd actually seen them, and I thought they were phenomenal.
And you're
I was
playing
laughing.
again with them today.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them again. I think they're really, really good.
And you're heading, or not really on the road so much as playing a few shows in WA in February. I think that just got announced.
Yeah, heading back to the old trusty WA. It will be like, you know how it is with music. You know, you plan things so far in advance. So I'm just sneaking that in, and then I'll just come home for a couple of days, and then I'll go to Canada. So just sort of sneaking it in where I can, because probably for the rest of the year I won't obviously get back there. But I love playing in WA, and I'll be doing that solo. So get that. I've been in my studio getting a little metronome going, and then trying to do like actually tricky stuff with my feet rather than just the 4 on the floor, which is hard. I don't know if I'll have that ready in time, but I hope I do.
And when it comes to Canada, how long are you going to be spending over there this time?
Probably 3 weeks. I normally just go over for 2, and I hang out in BC a lot, where all the snowfields are.
Well, your shows in Whistler always go down very well.
Yeah, and Revelstoke, and a few other nooks and crannies around the place. But the trouble is, you do so many, too much work, not enough play a lot of the time there, because it's all spread out, and there's a lot of good gigs to do. But I've been to Revelstoke 5 times, and Revelstoke is full of Aussies. Not as much as Whistler, but it's like everybody says it's like Whistler 30 years ago. And I've gone there, 5 times and not gone boarding there, and it's apparently really steep as well. So I said this time I need at least a day off, and so I'll be boarding Revelstoke and maybe do some heli boarding again because I've done that over there before, and we're just deciding whether we're going to hook that up as well.
So that's going to be a fun few weeks, whatever happens.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, I love getting over there. It's amazing. I mean, as an Aussie, like, you'll be traveling like to get somewhere, and it'll be like get to a roadblock, and you're like, what's the deal? And they're like, well, we're bombing for avalanches. So, and you're like, okay, well, I'm trying to get to a gig. How long? Well, we don't know. And then you wait in the car for 6 hours, hoping you're not running out of petrol. Keep it running so you don't freeze. And it's like 2 hours to go back to the servo. It's just like, it's wild country. From Australia, you think this is the wildest place, but some pretty hardcore places in the world. Canada's one of them, physically, yeah.
And very similar to Australia in terms of one city is so far from the next.
Yeah.
But then the snow element is certainly something we don't have to worry about here too much.
Yeah, well, you're not thinking, thanks, brother. You're not thinking, okay, so if we break down, we might die.
That's right.
You don't think that in Australia.
Yeah.
Maybe on the Nullarbor, even not then. So
Depends how many times you watch Wolf Creek, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've travelled in Nullarbor and done a lot of different things, travelled Australia extensively by myself and stuff, but it's really hardcore. Like, you can be going, like, in the sort of Canada's equivalent of the outback, but you're surrounded by gigantic mountains, and you're doing 100 on an ice road. It's made out of ice. The road's made out of ice, and it's just like, one false move, you're gone, so, yeah. I mean, these are the things with music that you find out firsthand, and you don't really know the extent of them until you do it yourself. You can imagine it, but I feel really lucky in my life just because of music, just to be able to really, go over there, go to Japan, see how they roll. You see a drunken businessman in the street at like 10 o'clock in the morning swaying around, you're going, I didn't know that went on here, or whatever. I've never seen that in Australia. It's quite common here. Just little things. You're just like, wow. And I think that's one of the amazing things about being a musician.